Because you get lots of money.
I want to be an artist when I grow up. Painting makes me calm.
My dream is to be rich and help my family.
I love cooking and I want to cook my mom's food so I can show it to the world. I dream about being a math teacher, so I love students that need help with math.
我想做游戏编程。
I would travel everywhere.
I want to be a technology scientist because my cousin does it and he usually stays at home and I want to stay at home so I can sleep and get more rest.
I dream about having like family, children. I just want to be vulnerable with somebody.
My dream is being an artist and people liking my art.
Operate on the E6 from Akita to Tokyo. I don't know, I just like trains.
I want to be a boss.
What?
I want to be a boss.
Please welcome to the stage our gala chairs, Raymond Chan and Melody Lee.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 32nd Annual Inspiration Awards Gala. I'm Ray Chan, and I'm honored to serve as one of this year's gala co-chairs. Excuse me, I think I shouted myself hoarse out there. Tonight, we gather under the illuminating theme of Dream Out Loud. Dreams are not just silent wishes. They are powerful declarations of aspirations and hopes. When we dare to vocalize our dreams, we set into motion forces that can turn them into reality. A dream is two courageous people venturing from mainland China to New York City in the 1960s with nothing but hope for their children and a brighter future. A dream is a nursery school teacher and a restaurant worker who, through unwavering determination, eventually save enough to open restaurants of their own. A dream is their pouring every penny they earned into their children to create greater possibilities for their son and daughter. These dreams are the reason I stand in front of you today. Tonight, let us unite my parents' dreams with all the ones that fill this room, your dreams and my dreams, so that together we can dream greater, so that we can dream bigger, not only for ourselves and not only for our families, but together for our entire community. Please join me as we collectively embrace the power of dreaming out loud. Let's start by thanking our partners and supporters, our board, associate board, staff, volunteers, and most importantly, our incredible youth at Apex. Over to you, Melody.
Thanks, Ray. Great to co-chair tonight's gala with you. And I also want to say a big thanks to Wenzo, the gala co-chair for many years prior. Thank you, Wen. You've set a really high bar for us, and we hope we cross that bar tonight. We'll do our best. On behalf of the Apex Board, we are so grateful to tonight's honoree, Constance Wu, and to her presenter, BD Wong, who also just happens to be a past Apex honoree as well. Thank you to our student speaker for the night, Matthew, for sharing your story. We can't wait to hear it. A warm welcome to our other past honorees, Simon Kim, David Henry Huang, and Alex Sui, who is also one of Apex's co-founders, as well as Karen Wong, our own Apex board member. Excited to see our past celebrants, Jim Chang, Victoria Xu, Julie Yu, fundraiser extraordinaire Bing Chen, and we also want to welcome another one of our co-founders, Viola Fong. Huge thanks to our gala host committee who helped fill this room with supporters near and wide. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to our champions, Jim Chang, Karen and Robert Lee, Old Machine, and Victoria Xu and the JT Tai Foundation. Thank you. And our leaders, Alger, Merkley and Partners, Prosec Partners, Eric Lee and Cindy Chua, Kevin Eng and Eunhae Song, Joe and Lily Wong. Thank you. Thank you. I joined the Apex Board 3 years ago because I believe a dream should not just be for the privilege of the few, but for the many. I have seen the transformative work that makes it possible for our youth to not just dream, but to dream out loud. Thank you. Let's get the evening started.
Dream.
To imagine and hope for something. I would love to be a doctor to cure cancer and alleviate some of the disparities around the world related to healthcare.
I would love to create like buildings and airplanes that can travel further distances.
I really would like to be an author. Out to reveal and make public.
What do you think you want to be when you grow up, Dylan?
Scientist.
Maybe I'll be a teacher.
Get into real estate.
Loud, with high volume and demanding attention.
I mean, the first thing that pops in my mind is getting to my dream college, Wharton, School of Business at UPenn.
I would go to London because I heard that they had good food and there's a lot of sights to see.
My dreams for my family is that my mom will get a raise at her job, also my dad too, and my grandma will have a lovely living soul.
我希望我的家庭是平平安安的，幸福快乐的。
Out loud.
To reveal and be heard.
And be heard. And be heard. Dream out loud means being able to imagine a world where there's no limitations and you can kind of be whoever you want.
I don't really like to think about barriers. I'll just work around them.
Wanting to pursue and feeling, proud to pursue the wildest, out-of-the-box thing that your heart desires.
Having dreaming out loud for our kids is the safety of these are the things I want in my life. They don't have to feel impossible.
Dream out loud.
What is your dream?
What is your dream?
Let's dream out loud together.
Together. Together.
Let's dream out loud together.
Please welcome to the stage Fulton Ho.
Good evening, Apex community. My name is Fulton, and it is my honor to introduce our student speaker of the night, my guy, my mentee, Matthew Mao. Boy, oh boy, where do I even start? Matthew and I met 6 years ago on opening day, the iconic gathering at the beginning of the school year between mentors and mentees. Like many pairs, it was difficult to get to this point where we feel comfortable sharing jokes and memes while also being very honest and vulnerable with one another. But now, I kid you not, people have mistaken me for his father while I'm cheering him on at Apex basketball tournaments, which is crazy because just this morning, he was texting me, "Thanks, Unc," whatever that means to Gen Z kids. Since I've known Matthew, he has gone from a quiet kid to someone who can go on for days about style and the latest oversized pants and crop hoodie combo. And when we go to Apex mentoring sessions, just when you wouldn't expect it, Matthew would share something so insightful, and I would just be taken aback and think to myself, man, is this really the kid I once met 6 years ago? And he's no longer a kid.
He's developing to a full-on grown-up with his own thoughts, his own experiences, and his own dreams. One thing I tell new mentors is that you learn just as much from your mentee as they do from you. Through Matthew, I've learned to be present, be kind, and be brave. I'm thankful to Apex and to you for this opportunity to reflect on our relationship and hope we can continue to gas each other up each and every day like we do to LeBron James. Let's go. There's still many things we've yet to learn from one another, but that's part of the gift of this experience. I'm proud of the ways you've grown, not just physically with your glow up, and you'll see in the video, but going from this quiet kid to now a public speaker who's about to come on this stage and share his story.
My name is Matthew. I'm 16, a junior in high school. I was in a pretty small apartment with my parents and my brother. I was mostly around my brother and my mom most of the time. We got into like a lot of fights, but I think we did bond a lot when we were kids though, because I think we were like the only Asians that we knew. I do remember like the first time I entered the Apex space, my mom did have to like kind of drag me in. I was definitely on the shyer side back then.
The first time I heard him talk a lot was in 9th grade, and he just wouldn't stop talking. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this is the same kid I met almost 5 years ago, just like totally shut down to meeting an adult.
When we talk about Matthew and Fulton, you really can't have one without the other.
I first met him, pretty big dude, so a little intimidating, but he was cool. He was welcoming, even though I didn't really want to be there.
Back in the early days, I'd say Matthew and I, we still were just figuring out how to communicate with each other. There would be times where I text him multiple times, but he wouldn't respond as promptly. But I think just sticking through it and also trying to be more understanding of his situation, and I think that it paid off.
Fulton kept trying and kept being that consistent role model in his life, kept showing up for Matthew.
Similar to our relationship, I think he has had tough times with his mom and with his brother, and he was able to mend and I guess reconcile those relationships.
I think something that really sticks out to me about Matthew's story is that it's a story of restored relationships. In the past year, even just some really amazing growth in his relationships.
Matthew and I would love to like troll each other, so I say like the vibes are very good. You know, had he been more interested in basketball, probably he'd be beating me right now.
This millennial can't guard me, guys. Yo, who does he think he is? Like 3 points in his face, layups, I'll dunk on him, everything. It's a light work. 11-0, guys. Watch the video, subscribe to the YouTube. I've gone through a lot of experiences, like through Apex and out of Apex as well, that I've just like grown mentally. It's like nice knowing that there are other people like me who have gone through similar experiences. It's like being able to like actually know who you are. It makes you feel like less lost, I think.
All right. So, his pronouns are he's him, and his initials are Eminem, but he's not a rapper. Please make some noise one time for Matthew Mao.
Man, a lot of people. Hello. My name is Matthew Mao. I'm a junior at Urban Assembly Maker Academy in Lower Manhattan. I was born in Hong Kong, and I live in Queens with my mom, dad, and older brother, Ryan, who's 5 years older than me. Growing up, my family would fight all the time. My mom and dad would fight about money, me and my brother, and their own family issues. My parents couldn't speak or understand English well, and I could barely speak Chinese. So most of the time, I felt like they didn't understand me. My mom and I spent a lot of time together, but still, I never felt close to her. I felt like she didn't care about me because she never bought me the toys and snacks I wanted and would treat my brother differently. I looked up to my brother a lot as a kid. I would always do the things he would do, but I was never as good. I would get mad when I lost. We would fight, and we would get punished for fighting. My brother was my best friend and hero, but also the person I hated the most at times. All the issues going on at home and the constant fighting led me to have anger issues and my family going to therapy. I joined Apex in 6th grade when my mom heard about it from a friend and forced me to join. The first time I went to Apex, my mom held my hand as we walked through the doors of PS1. I was shy, and I didn't want to be there at all, mainly because I couldn't attend my weekly gaming sessions with my friends. I met my mentor, Fulton, for the first time, and I wondered, why does this old Asian man want to talk to me? Even though it was obvious I didn't want to be there, Fulton welcomed me and made me feel comfortable. He encouraged me to try new things like basketball, and I enjoyed the time I spent with Fulton during my first year. But I never really told him anything personal. In 7th grade, when COVID hit, it was a really lonely time for me. I had stopped talking to most of my friends since I couldn't do much with them online, and I barely communicated with Fulton. I was stuck at home with my brother and parents, and we argued a lot more frequently. I was angry, isolated, and I didn't have the will to do anything. All I wanted to do was lie in my bed all day, watching Disney+. During this time, my brother and I had the worst argument we've ever had. It started because I felt a kick under the table, and I lost it. We both got up, and I punched him in the chest. All the pent-up frustration and anger from our childhood boiled up inside of me, and all I could think about was I couldn't be around him anymore. I ended up moving into my aunt's house for a little while. It was like heaven at first. I could stay up, I could play games while eating on the couch, and had a queen-size bed all to myself. All of this was nice, but it got pretty lonely. I felt like I had no one to talk to. When I eventually moved back home a couple months later, I was in a bad mental state. I didn't know what to feel like, but I knew I didn't want to be at home. I spent a lot of time by myself in my room. I would get mad at my parents and felt uncomfortable around my brother since we barely talked. The hardest part was that I felt like no one was there for me. But Fulton kept reaching out to me, and we started going to Elmer's every week to play basketball. I enjoyed hanging out with him more and would always look forward to our basketball sessions. I even started looking up to him. But if I'm being honest, it was only because he was better than me at basketball. The turning point in my relationship with Fulton came in 10th grade. My parents got into a bad argument, and I couldn't take it anymore. I ran to my room, shut the door, and cried into my pillow. I reached for my phone and thought about calling my therapist, but instead, I called Fulton. After all the time I'd been spending with him, I knew I could trust him. He told me to take deep breaths to calm down. He listened to everything I said and was comforting. This meant a lot to me and helped me see he had been there for me the whole time. He wasn't just a mentor to me anymore. He was my friend, my best friend. After this, I talked about pretty much everything. I would go on goofy rants about random things to him, but also talk about more personal things, like how things were going on with me and my family. Talking to Fulton about my brother instead of holding it all in has helped me release a lot of emotional baggage and let my brother back into my life. I talk to my brother every day now, and we even have a dedicated day every week where we hang out. We compete just as much as when we were kids, but we're both happy, no matter who wins. Opening up to Fulton, rather than holding all my emotions inside, has also helped me realize that when I'm sad, I don't have to lock myself away. Even though I still go through ups and downs, I know I can talk to my friends, my brother, and Fulton. When I'm angry, I try to understand why I'm angry, and it helps me let go of that anger. Being able to understand and regulate my emotions has also helped me get into less arguments with my mom. After looking back at all the time I spent with her as a kid, it hit me. I finally realized all the things she does for me, like cooking my favorite foods and always worrying about my health. Even though Fulton might embarrass me because he somehow acts more Gen Z to me, when he's 30, he has grown on me. For example, we both get sleepy after a good lunch. We check in regularly and send each other TikToks. We play basketball, and it always ends up in us 1v1ing. I haven't won yet, but the next time we play, it's going to be an easy 11-0 win. Just saying. Fulton has cared for me at my lowest, and it makes me want to be able to do something that helps others. A dream I've always had was to become a teacher. I like learning new things from kids and want to help them enjoy learning. I dream of having a family that are proud, and the kids that are proud to call me dad. I want to help them grow and become the best people they can be, and to teach them things I never got to learn as a kid. I dream all Apex mentees will have a mentor they can look up to and turn to for advice. I hope the bond they have will turn into a lifelong friendship that will last even after their time at Apex ends. I want to thank Apex for allowing me to speak in front of all you amazing guests. Thank you everyone here for listening to my speech and for supporting Apex that has helped me and so many others just like me. Thank you, Philip Lim, for allowing me to pick out this fire outfit. Oh. Okay. Yo, Fulton, could you stand up for me, please? Get off your phone. Thank you, Fulton, for being the best mentor I could ask for, and for supporting me throughout all my different interests, and for never giving up on me. You sit down. Thank you for my family, for all coming out tonight to support me. They're here, table 17. Dad, could you please stand up? I want to thank you for trying your best to repair a relationship. Even though I know we don't talk much, I just want to say, I really do love you. Ryan, could you please stand up? Thank you for loving me after all we've been through, and for always including me into your life. And also, I'm still better than you at every video game. I just want to say that. Put that out there. Mom, could you stand up? And last but not least, thank you, Mom, for everything you did for me, making me breakfast and lunch every day, always saving me the snacks the coworkers gave to you, and for always doing everything you can for me. Thank you.
Let's give Matthew another round of applause. I've gotten to see Matthew practice many times. He worked so hard on this speech. Shout out to Amy, who coached him through it right here. I also got to sit at table 17, and Fulton is so dedicated that he was just recording the whole time while tears are streaming down his face. So, yeah, I was very emotional watching it. Hello, everyone. I'm Ji-Yoon Chung, Apex's Executive Director. In my 13 years with Apex, I've had the privilege to work with our youth and volunteers and witness inspiring relationships like Matthew and Fulton's come to life. Those of us who've had mentors know the incredible impact of a caring adult, someone in your corner who believes in you, sometimes during your lowest points, like Fulton did for Matthew. When you think about your own journey, who has been in your corner? Who believed in you and supported your dreams? Last week, I received a text from a past mentee that makes me emotional every time I think about it. This was a youth who was low income, an immigrant, and undocumented. From helping him to attend a private college, despite his immigration status, to years later, when I sat by his side during a mental health crisis, we have stood by him through many challenges. The text that he sent me was a photo of him smiling, holding up his naturalization certificate as he became a citizen that morning. It's hard to describe how moved I am by how far he's come and for him to be sharing these moments with me so many years later. For the thousands of youth that Apex serves, there is a story like this one. Of a young person and the caring adults who support them. A story of a young person facing internal and external challenges, who's learning to find and tap into their own strengths to create change for themselves and their communities. Through your support over the years, today we serve 2,500 youth. From all 5 boroughs in New York City and beyond, with the support of 700 amazing volunteers, as many people as are here tonight, and 45 incredible staff. We provide young people with transformative relationships and holistic programs in mentoring, education, athletics, and mental health to help them thrive. But despite our growth, there are many more youth in need of support, each with a personal story like the one I shared with you. In New York City, there are 1 in 2 Asian American youth living in or near poverty. 1 in 2. That is 100,000 youth in New York City. And despite Asian Americans being 18% of the city's population, we receive less than 1.5% of the city's social service dollars. My dream is for our youth to dream freely beyond what they see in front of them, to reimagine their lives without limits. This is the work we're doing at Apex, and I'm so excited that you are here to co-create this reality with us in building a new future together for Asian American youth. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it, Rob. I now have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, Apex's board chair, Preeti Saratna, to the stage. He is a founding partner at the architecture firm Modelis Novus and has been a volunteer at Apex for the past 23 years. His first decade as a youth mentor and second decade as our board chair. For those of you here who are friends with Preeti, you know how passionate he is about Apex, and that with him comes Apex, and a lot of it. So it's no surprise that during his tenure, the organization has grown significantly from an annual budget of $150,000 to $7 million. And from serving 100 youth to over 2,500 this year. He's continued to dream big for our youth and organization. Please join me in welcoming Preeti Saratna.
Thank you, Gian. I have to say that this, a lot of crying tonight. Thank you all for coming. Welcome to those who are new in the room, and welcome back to everyone returning. I'm going to trust you all and share a story that is extremely personal to me. I share it because it's given me a deeper understanding of Apex's mission and why we're here tonight. When my son was born last summer, I did not cry. Sitting in the OR under those bright white lights, watching a team of medical professionals in green scrubs scurry to assemble around my girlfriend as the electrocardiogram began beeping faster, I could hear the heartbeat of our son who was about to join us. After months of seeing only grainy ultrasound images, I felt overwhelmed with love and joy meeting him for the first time, his innocent cries filling the room with the sound of hope for new beginnings. It was an intense euphoria that I had never felt before and cannot describe, but one that was short-lived. I had expected to cry, as one might with the birth of their first child, but in the split second that I went from being Uncle Preety to Dad, I was overcome with equal amounts of fear and panic. My hypervigilance kicked in as I closely tracked the nurses scrambling to conduct tests and take measurements of my son, while simultaneously watching doctors continue to tend to his mother. I worried that something could go wrong, and I feared my son would feel, even for a second, alone, unloved, or in danger. Maybe it was the years of the vicious combination of being bullied and overlooked as an Asian American kid. Maybe it was the stats on maternal mortality rates for African American women. Maybe I just have bad OCD. Whatever it was that caused it, I did not feel like my new family was safe. It was not until later that night, when the clamor of healthcare workers and examinations died down, and all the tests had been passed, were we allowed to go to our room. There, I watched Jean and my newborn son gently fall asleep. The joy of a new mother giving in to exhaustion, and our baby having his first rest outside of the womb in her arms. With the three of us finally alone, and in the silence of that room, I breathed a deep sigh of relief, and I wept. It took me 46 years to get to that moment. Years of being the eldest son and putting my career first, so the sacrifices my immigrant parents made did not go to waste. Now, as a parent myself, all I want to do is protect and care for my son. Those stats Jiyun shared, the 100,000 Asian kids in NYC who need our help, the 1 in 2 born into poverty, etc. Those stats are helpful to understand the scale of the challenge that our Asian American youth face. But what I realize as a parent, stats don't really matter, because to you, your child is always the one of one to you. It's why I'm more confident than ever in the work that we do here at Apex. Its one-on-one mentoring has always been at its heart. It's the hard work at the center. We are not inspiring from afar, although it is important for our youth to see us win an Oscar, become a billionaire, have a run with the Knicks. We are here providing direct support, wraparound services, and mental health programming that guide and care for our youth so they can find happiness in being who they are and reach their fullest potential. Apex is also shaping the mentors and volunteers who spend their precious time, oftentimes away from their own family. They become a part of a larger Apex community who understands the importance of opening doors and creating pathways for our youth, and in turn, have doors open for themselves, gaining valuable perspective and gratitude along the way. I mentioned last year, Apex is not a charity where you simply write a check to help someone else. This is a community where we are all here to lift each other. So when I say helping our youth, I mean my son and your sons and daughters. They are part of the youth, the next generation that I'm talking about. When my son leaves home in 18 years, I don't know what the world will be like with the progression of things like social media and AI, climate change, and our divisive politics. But I do know Apex will still be bringing different Asian and non-Asian ethnicities and generations together, gathered to support our youth, just like tonight. And if I were to dream out loud, by then, there's an actual place Apex can call home, where where we can regularly gather in person, face to face, and feel safe, supported, and in community. I dream this for all of our children, and I want this place for my son. Thank you.
My dream when I grow up, I want to be a basketball star.
My name is Evan and I dream about being a YouTuber.
My dream is becoming a teacher.
I want to be an actress. I want to be in a scary movie, so I want them to feel scared.
Give me a scary face.
Feels like the ocean is now getting dirtier. I want to maybe clean it so I could save the life in the ocean.
I dream of being a professional soccer and basketball player. LeBron and Jordan and Kobe's, they had their own names on the shoes. I would call it the NBA shoes of Lucas.
My biggest goal right now is to get into college and also kind of explore my passions.
When I grow up, I am going to be a chef.
My dream is either becoming a doctor or cure cancer.
A chemical engineer.
A teacher or a doctor.
My name is Suisei, and my dream is to become a Broadway actor.
I can do whatever I want because I want to be a basketball player. As long as you drink your water and eat your healthy foods.
Please welcome to the stage, Jason Wong.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Wong, a senior at Brooklyn Technical High School, and I will be introducing B.D. Wong. B.D. Wong is a celebrated actor whose influence extends far beyond his performances. As a vocal advocate for diversity and inclusion in the entertainment industry and LGBTQ+ rights. BD has won all 5 New York Theater Awards and has left an indelible mark on screen and on stage. He won the Tony Award in 1988 for his Broadway debut performance in M. Butterfly. In fact, we have the playwright of M. Butterfly, David Henry Huang, with us tonight. In addition to appearing in numerous Broadway, off-Broadway, and regional productions, BD has given memorable performances in films like Heart of Stone, Bird Box, and Jurassic Park, and television series like Awkwafina is Nora from Queens, Law & Order SVU, and Mr. Robot, which earned him an Emmy nomination. BD is about to start rehearsals for Atlantic Theater Company's new play, What Became of Us, starring Rosalind Chow, Tony Shalhoub, and Shorei Agadashu, opening mid-May. As someone who grew up feeling alienated because I was both queer and Asian, BD is an inspiration for people like me. He came out at a time where people like us were jailed, shunned, and assaulted. His time at the Ali Forney Center and Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS is a testament to his long-term devotion to the LGBTQ+ community. BD's bravery and commitment to the queer and Asian American community is what I aspire to be. As I continue my journey in education at Pomona College in Claremont, California, I want to continue advocating for the LGBTQ+ and Asian American community. And with that said, let us please give a warm welcome to B.D. Wong.
Jason says when I first met them, before this all started, should we shake hands or should we hug? And I'm like, girl, I can't hug. I can't shake your hand after that. That was awesome. You are, where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, really, honestly, you are everything I never was when I was your age. And that's awesome. I am kicking myself because I didn't get to finish my steak. Because I get a little nervous at these things and I have to kind of like go off by myself, and so I go away and then they took my steak away. And my date tonight is my niece Jillian Wong. Hello, Jilly. And she's a newly arrived. Like Mary Tyler Moore, she has arrived on the shores of New York City to conquer the big city from San Francisco, from the Bay Area. And I was like, oh, Jillian, shoot, I forgot to tell you, this is Cipriani's, man. This is gonna be good food. You should have brought more Ziploc bags. And then I remembered, then I thought, well, if there's any room in the town right now where some, a granddaughter of a Cantonese immigrant doesn't have extra Ziploc bags in her Swarovski clutch, then this would be it. So if you have any extra Ziploc bags, please pass them my way. I am a staunch supporter of Apex for Youth. I love this organization so much to my very soul. I will do anything for you guys. I'll show up anywhere for you. I just think it's magical and wonderful, and this is a room filled with not just supporters of Apex for Youth, but the people who make Apex for Youth, the people who are Apex for Youth, the board of directors of Apex for Youth, the volunteers, everyone. Thank you so much for everything that you have done and that you are continuing to do. Congratulations to Preeti and Jihoon and everybody that puts this all together. I mean, 100 students to 2,500 students, that is unbelievable and wonderful. And there's just even, the future is endless. This guy's amazing. You know, the future is, and he doesn't see the future the way we do, I don't think. He's a complete visionary. And I'm grateful to you. And you and, is it Matthew, is that right? Matthew Mao, you remind me of this, defining family. What does it mean? Your remarks, right? We are a community of many different communities that we think we have the monopoly on what it means to be family. I think we really know we're family people, right? We talk about the importance of our families in our lives. We talk about the importance of our relationships and how, for better or for worse, those family relationships are very intense. And so Apex for Youth is taking that a step further and adding mentors and adding other relationships that are not traditional family relationships and making this giant, wonderful family that supports our students and our youth in a way that they just wouldn't have anywhere else. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. Dream Out Loud is an amazing tagline. I just love it. I think it's because I'm old enough to remember when it felt really daring and really subversive to dream out loud. And now for us to be telling our kids, yes, you must dream out loud. You must get it out of you and put it out into the universe means a great deal to me. I am here to present the Inspiration Award, and I'm very proud and honored to be able to do so. I am amazed by the energy and the success of this young woman, Constance Wu, who was our honoree tonight. She is a movie star, which means that she has all of the ingredients that a movie star needs to have, and with a little bit of drama to go with it. And we love that about her, and we celebrate her tonight because of that, in part. And we have a little bit of, for those of you who have been under a rock for the last many years, we have a beautiful little video to show you about Constance Wu. Could we roll the tape, please?
Constance Wu is a vibrant, acclaimed actress, recognized for her performance in dynamic roles and helping to break down long-existing barriers for Asian American actors. She recently wrote a memoir titled Making a Scene, about growing up in Virginia, her experiences as a struggling actress, confronting her identity and influence, and navigating the pressures of today's world. Most notably, Constance starred in the romantic comedy hit Crazy Rich Asians, which made history as the first studio movie in over 25 years to star an Asian American woman. It was the most successful romantic comedy in nearly a decade. Constance received a Golden Globe nomination and a Critics' Choice nomination for her performance. Constance first broke out on screen in her starring role in ABC's comedy series Fresh Off the Boat, which made history as the first American network TV show to center an Asian American family in over 20 years. For this role, she was nominated for a Critics' Choice Television Award and honored as part of the Time 100 Most Influential People of 2017. Congratulations to our Inspiration Award honoree, Constance Wu.
Yay! People, good people gathered here tonight. I am very proud to present this award. I think as an audience member and as an actor, when those two things come together, I'm very acutely aware of our ranking as far as it comes to representation and our visibility on the landscape of American popular culture. And so I kind of liken our great moments of visibility to, lightning striking. Like lightning striking. It's like hot and intense, and it happens infrequently in a way that's big enough for everyone to feel it. And I feel that Constance has experienced this on more than one occasion. The success of Crazy Rich Asians is still reverberating throughout our industry and our popular culture and with us, as well as the long-standing effects of her work in Fresh Off the Boat. Congratulations to you for both of those for your entire career. I'm very fond of you. I am very proud of you and very happy for you. And the reason why I think you are here is because you exemplify the evening in that you dream out loud, ladies and gentlemen, Constance Wu.
Thank you, BD, for that lovely introduction. Thank you, Apex for Youth, and thank you all for being here on this gorgeous rainy night. Today, we celebrate Asian Americans, so I thought, what better way to start off my speech by quoting a white guy. A white guy named Fred, who many of you guys might know as Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers said, anything that is human is mentionable, and anything that is mentionable is manageable. Those words used to bring me so much comfort, and they still bring me so much comfort today, because For some reason, as we grow up, we start becoming ashamed of the things that make us human. Mistakes, big feelings, rejections, our wants and longings and dreams, our fears, the list goes on. And because we become ashamed of these very human things, we start to hide them. But they don't just disappear. In fact, when you keep them in the dark, they grow into what can feel like a giant elephant in the room. A few years ago, I made a very human mistake on Twitter, of all places, during a moment of heat, and it made me a target of a lot of intense, toxic internet hatred. Suddenly, my entire character became an elephant in every Asian American space I entered. Everybody in these spaces knew, but nobody wanted to mention it, at least not to my face, because sometimes it feels safer, superior even, to remain in judgment. So instead, it was snickering, raised eyebrows, knowing glances, coded, passive-aggressive interview questions. It became unmentionable. In fact, it's kind of a big deal that I'm here tonight because I haven't done really a lot of these kind of things since then because of that atmosphere. And back then, a lot of my own friends didn't even reach out to me because it was, cringe or uncomfortable. They didn't know what to say. Gosh, that hurt. It was really lonely. Back then, BD and I didn't really know each other that well. We had done a New York Times photo shoot together. We'd met socially a little bit. But I asked him here today because of all the Asian American advocates out there who knew me, he was one of like 2 who reached out to me during that really dark time just to make sure I was okay. Sorry, it's making me emotional because in a way, he kind of saved my life. BD understood that you don't need to approve of somebody to care for them. Because to be honest, he probably didn't approve of my behavior then, but that didn't matter. I was a human hurting, and he offered an ear to help me manage it. You can't dream out loud if there are giant elephants in your way. And I think one way we can help each other out is if we know that there's a giant elephant in the room, we do what BD did. You shake hands with it. And if you don't know what to say, then say exactly that. Say, hey, there's like this elephant in the room, and I don't really know what to say right now. But I just wanted to check in on you and say, hey, are you okay? So thank you, BD, for doing that for me. One of the most helpful tools I've learned in therapy, and I've been in it for a long time, like 20 years, is identifying and managing feelings of shame. Anytime I'm so embarrassed of something that I try to not mention it, there's this heat that creeps up around my neck and ears, and it singes behind my eyeballs, and this shrinking feeling in my heart. And when I feel those sensations, I know I need to stop and ask myself, what is really so shameful about this? And usually the answer is, not a damn thing. So you made a mistake. So has everyone else. Making mistakes is how you get better at this thing called life. But in order to get there, you have to mention it first. And anything human is mentionable, and anything mentionable is manageable. And so those are the words I'd like to leave you with tonight, and just to say thank you, and keep shaking hands with those elephants in the room. That's all.
Apex helps me deal with fright and the things that I am scared of.
I feel like something I learned was to not like keep things to myself and to just say it, and like nothing bad is gonna happen, and to like always like express myself even though it's like really hard.
I was able to talk with Shirley where she took the time not just out of her working day but also outside of her working day. It made me feel, well, unconditional support.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Seeing them move on to like own and really take charge of an aspect of their life, like seeing them become more like creative, expressive, and confident in who they are has been really powerful.
I want to share a poem I wrote about autism. What is autism? What does autism mean? Is it an illness? Is it a disease? Does it make you sneeze? Why am I in a different school where everyone wants to be cool? Everyone wants to be smart and get higher grades. So one day we'll get a job and get paid. Is autism a disability? I think it's an extra ability. I'm valuable and unique like a treasured antique. One of a kind is true. There's only one like me and one like you. The differences makes us smart. It makes us cool. Thank goodness we are not the same. Diversity rules.
Please welcome back to the stage Ji-Yoon Chung.
So I wanted to thank our amazing youth for sharing their stories with us, especially William, who wrote that poem and shared it with all of you. And I also wanted to say thank you, Constance, for being so brave and vulnerable with us tonight. Wanted to just say that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, BD. I also wanted to take a moment to thank our principals, our school principals, who are incredible partners to us. Over there, thank you, Principals Mei Li, Rennie Fong, and Yi La Chen for joining us tonight. So, before we begin, my favorite part of the night, with this year's paddle raise, I want to recognize your impact from last year. Together, we raised an incredible $1.2 million, enabling us to expand our reach to Queens, including my neighborhood, Flushing. Flushing the house. Your generosity allowed us to bring transformative relationships and programs to 500 new young people. For this year's raise, we are tackling an even more urgent need, the well-being of our youth. We know that mental health needs are growing, especially for Asian American youth. Tragically, in the last decade, teen suicides have more than doubled, and suicide continues to be the leading cause of death among Asian American young people today. In 2020, Apex launched our mental health program. Our youth were getting bullied due to anti-Asian racism. Our principals were worried about student behaviors they had never seen before, and feelings of isolation and other stressors were at an all-time high. Since then, our team of social workers and therapists have provided culturally attuned services to over 1,000 youth and hundreds of family members. We've not only seen a significant decrease in depression, stress, and anxiety, but have also created incredibly deep trust with our youth and families. Though this topic can feel heavy, Our Apex community is one rooted in hope. I'm filled with hope, witnessing the ways we come together to help our youth. We help youth like Matthew manage his emotions, share his feelings, and strengthen relationships with his parents and peers. We support our youth in times of crisis when they have nowhere else to turn, navigating legal and social services and providing emotional support during an incredibly difficult time. We also help remove the stigma around mental health in our community. We've seen that parents are open to learning and talking about mental health, but have just never had the opportunity to do so before. I think about a mother who joined a family gathering with her son and bravely shared her own story of trauma and separation. She told the group, "I was a child before I was mom, but my child didn't know that until today." Every one of these hard-fought wins involves real people whose lives we hope and believe are bettered by the work we do, the work we're here today to ask you to support. Our goal tonight is to raise $1 million to provide a year of free, critical, and life-changing programs. Mental health and well-being programs for all 2,500 of our youth, including critical services for 300 high-needs youth, as well as support for 100 family members. I ask you to join me in this crucial endeavor. Let's walk alongside our youth to shift the generational story from one of trauma to one of healing and thriving. Let's ensure that every young person who walks through our doors is given the opportunity to dream as boldly as they want. Now to get to the fun part. Apex staff are coming to your tables to hand out your paddles. Please take a moment to find your name. One more additional shout out I wanted to do as you all are looking for your names. I also wanted to shout out Matthew one more time. I also wanted to shout out Matthew one more time because I found out that he is taking the SAT tomorrow. So the fact that he's here late night with us is a big sacrifice, not to mention all the hours he spent preparing, so thank you, Matthew. To get us going, for the few in the room who don't know our auctioneer tonight, Bing Chen. He is an impact founder and investor as CEO and co-founder of Gold House. Get ready for a fun, entertaining, and hopefully lots of money-raising activity these next 20 minutes. Please welcome Bing back for his 7th year.
Oh my God. No, this is working. All right. Good evening. I can't believe, where's Matthew? Shame on you. I can't believe you're taking the SAT tomorrow. That's ridiculous. You'll be fine. I took all mine in the fall. Half the schools don't even care about them anymore. You're great. You'll be good. I have to be honest with you all. I was very lazy this year, and so I used Gen AI to do all these jokes. I really did, or as my mother would call it, IE. I can't wait for all of us to do whatever IE says. So if any of you think these jokes suck, for the creatives in the room, who are the creatives in the room? I think you're all at this table. You can live another day. You still have jobs. Matthew, in all seriousness, I was so floored to not only by the courage of your speech, but by you wanting to be a teacher. My mother was actually a teacher as well. She was also a spanker, but she was first a teacher. And it's so important, it's so noble. As you all saw, BD Wong is also here. I've known BD, or was introduced to BD when I was 18, true story, at UPenn. Most don't know this, but BD stands for, of course, Broadway Darling, as they call him in the streets. I can't tell you what he's called in the sheets, because that was redacted from my remarks. Oh, Constance, congratulations. Constance on someone whose artistry is only matched by her courage. Give it up for Constance. Professor David Henry Huang is also here tonight, who, by the way, is not the doctor your parents talked about. Professor Huang, of course, broke both gender and race conformity norms 36 years ago through something called M-Butterfly, as we all know. Which, of course, makes Professor Huang the oldest Gen Zer in the room. He will once again break new ground when he breaks even more things in between the pecs of Daddy Daniel Day Kim this fall and Yellowface. None of you get that joke. He's coming out with a show called Yellowface that he wrote with Daddy Daniel Day Kim this fall, who has large pecs, if you haven't seen Avatar. All right. Row & Co's also here. Where's the Row & Co team? They did the Dream Out Loud Creative for free. Where are you? Over there. That's the free table. That's why you can't sit in the front. Jim Chang and Patty Pei are also here, who've been so generous with their holistic mental health and also wellness support. Where are you? Somewhere. I was told you would be unassuming. Oh, here you are. Thank you so much again. Good to see you. Moonlin Ying and Heart of Dinner are here. I love Moonlin and Ying so much. But I have to be honest, I have a very difficult time supporting their cause because it's because of my own Heart for Dinner that summer has been canceled the last decade. Wow, that was terrible. Woo! Speaking of summer, Kevin Kreider is also here, which means if you have a Y chromosome, you officially have competition. I'm sorry. He's, of course, sitting next to Auntie Victoria Hsu. Give it up for Auntie Victoria Hsu. Vicky, your biopic last year, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, swept the Oscars. You must be so proud. Speaking of queens, Hope King of Axios is in the room. Where are you, Hope? Oh, there you are. Or as we call you, Queen King. Also, Queen Tita Sheila Marcello is in the house, the best dressed person. Give it up for Sheila here. There are also other queens here. Where is Jen of Fish Cheeks and Bangkok Supper Club? I would say you're the best new restaurant, but then someone up here would spank me, and I might like it too. But good job on Bangkok Summer Club. Cause and artist Julia Chiang are also here. Where are you? It's a very artistic thing of you to do to not raise your hand, by the way. Adulation is disgusting. Minya, an incredible radio personality and the first of many, is also here. Minya, you're somewhere here. Hello, hello. Billy Sin, an incredible architect, just designed the Obama Presidential Center. An Asian woman designed the Obama Presidential Center. That is called allyship. Michael Chung, Wenzo, and Simon Kim are, of course, here. Oh, and Jihan is here. Give it up. I only have a joke for one of you. How many of you have been to Coco Doc by proprietor Simon Kim? Coco Doc is, of course, the hardest reservation to get in the city and the best chicken restaurant. Something many of you don't know is the chickens do not actually cross the road to get into Coco Doc. Do you know why? Because they're fried. And it's really sad because all these chickens are bringing flowers over to their girlfriends. It's rice flour. We should really get sugar caned for all these jokes. For those of you who don't know, Coco Doc chicken is apparently 60% healthier because it uses rice flour, therefore makes it gluten-free. For those of you in LA, that means you can eat it. And also uses sugarcane oil. The fact that I have to explain these jokes is really bad on Gen AI. Tom Chin is also here, serial entrepreneur of so many shelters. Where are you, Tom? Y'all are not clapping for the wealthiest people in the room. Interesting. Interesting. You know, some of you wish on stars, but what you should really be doing is barking up trees because that is where money comes from. Money is paper, and paper grows from trees. Thank you, Tom, for your support. Sally Wen Mu is here, or Mao, excuse me, who is an incredible poet who honestly would be much better up here than me. Andrew Kwan left, so I will not be doing his joke. I'll tweet it later. And last but certainly not least, if you are not compelled by children, maybe you are compelled to donate to Assemblywoman Grace Lee, who's also here and fighting for so many of our rights. Give it up for Grace Lee. All right, let's begin. Is everyone ready? All right. As you just heard from Ji-yoon, teen suicide has more than doubled in the last decade, and suicide is the leading cause of death among Asian youth. Sometimes when you dream out loud, it can sound like a nightmare, especially if you're among our diaspora. We are the least likely to seek mental health support, and we are 18% more likely to be depressed. just as I am about how bad that heart of dinner joke did not land. I owe you all game night, damn. That was a damn shame. Maybe we should rebrand you Heart of Lunch. Maybe we'll have a better, wow, that did not land either. Woo! This is a brunch city, isn't it? Dear Lord. All right, anyway. All right, but the good news is this, as you saw, Apex for Youth has invested very early on in this phenomenon known as having a brain, known as mental health relief. And 3 out of 4 Apex Youth actually cite that they feel less depressed, more empowered, less anxious, and less suicidal after going through these really comprehensive longitudinal programs. And so tonight, we are going to be very, very focused, where we will focus in on comprehensive support for mental health. Does that make sense? Are we ready? Okay, so here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna start with the highest numbers because that is indeed how Sesame Street taught us to count. We'll start at $100,000 and then we'll go down, down, down. Just because you are lower does not mean you are less important. It just means you are the foundation of the rich. Go 99%. We need you. We need all of us. Okay, great. All right. So first and foremost, we're gonna start at 100,000. Let's show this picture. This picture is actually a really beautiful one from Comprehensive Family Support. What many of you may not know is Apex's mental health services actually provide holistic family support. Why? Because all of our trauma's from our parents. And then number 2, that's why they call it cross-generational trauma. You think that euphemism is an accident? Anyway, but 1, oh yes, look at that incredible mother. Look how much it's her fault. She knows it. She knows it too. Anyway, but number 1, more seriously, where do kids spend the most time when they're not at school? Home, which is why the home life and the home surroundings in that community is so important. So with that in mind, who would like us to begin with $100,000 to provide comprehensive support for 100 families? Who is going to be the most important person in the room? Everyone remembers the first. 259, look at that. Mr. Chang, thank you so much. 291, we have 2. Can we get 3? One more. 254 from proprietor Simon Kim, Coco, Doc. Who else? One more. If you can do math, you can actually pull together. Can 2 of you do 50K? Who are 2 people who can do 50K? Raise your bike. 554, 545, and 387 are gonna do 100K. Give me one more 100K. One more 100K. I'll make a joke out of your number and I'll pretend like you won the Powerball. Who is, by the way, I know one of you won last night. I'm very upset about it. Who else? One more. Otherwise, we're gonna move on. All right. We'll move on to 50K. Oh, 808. Wow, what a good number. Hawaii is here. First of all, congratulations. We've already raised $500,000. Well done. Thank you, 808 in the back. All of you know 808 is, of course, is the zip code for certain places in Hawaii, which we love. Hello, Valerie Wong Fountain, you were here too? You were spared in the jokes. Let's go with 50K. One of the things I love about the 50K tier that you'll see in a moment is a picture of someone named Mickey, who's actually the student speaker from last year. And one of the most incredible things about Apex Youth, which is not to be confused with the program that is Apex for Youth, or the organization that is Apex for Youth, is that they pay it forward. They're so comprehensively trained, they can actually help now, in her case, in Mickey's case, mentor high schoolers. So with that all said, who is going to help out with 50K to create more Mickey Mouses? Is that not good? I love Mickey Mouse. What's wrong with Mickey? Oh. Wow, really? Y'all hate Mickey. I'm gonna tell her you did this. All right, let's do 50K. Who can come together 50K? 50K for Mickey to support. Did I use all my? 544, there we go, very good. Stand up, 544. Who else? There we go. This person is the bravest one in this category. Who else is gonna raise their plaque for 554? Who else? I saw you over there. Don't tease me like that. This isn't high school anymore. You can't do that. I'm a Sagittarius, it'll make me go crazy. All right, who else? Over here. 50K. I was told there would be more 50Ks and I will not let you leave until 50K happens. And if you don't leave, you know what that means. Matthew doesn't get to go to bed. And if Matthew doesn't get to go to bed, he will fail his SAT. Who is in for 50K? I need 2 more. 2 more 50K. If you are smart, you will pull together in your tables. If you are at a table in the front row and are not raising your paddle, you should be sitting in the back next year. I'm looking at all of you. 50K. There we go, 230. 230, thank you. 230, stand up. All right, we have someone over here over 230. We had someone over here, and then we need someone over here. Who over here? Heart of dinner. Heart not big enough for this dinner. Who? First of all, Heart of Dinner is incredible nonprofits. I'm not expecting y'all. They already do enough. But who around you is not donating? Some of y'all look really well dressed. Some of you spent too much money on your tuxes or your headpieces. Who over here can donate 50K? Okay, fine. All right, we'll move on. All right, next level. Well, you're making me look weak. Okay, all right. All right, this is a serious one. All right. How many of you know how much money it costs to support one youth in Apex for Youth sustainably? Not for like a one-off program, not for one mentor, nothing cute like that, nothing zooey. How much does it cost to sustainably support one Apex youth? Raise your placard if you know the answer. I won't count it, it's fine. Oh, it seems some of you are a little smart. All right, how many of you know how much it is? It's $3,000, and we're on the 25K mark. So with $3,000, given it's only $3,000, who can give $25,000? $25,000, who can commit? Who can commit? There we go, 632 in the back, thank you 632, 420, 397, who else? 397, thank you 420, your day is also coming up soon. Who else over here? Over here, who can contribute? Oh, 251, thank you so much. 251, 252, thank you, Michael Chung. Who else? Who else? More for 25, 254, Gian, thank you, Gian. Who else? I will say your name if you raise your placard, and if it's not your name, it'll still be a name. Who else? 25K, I have to say, this side of the room. Oh, 434, thank you. Who else over here, 25K? I have to say, this side of the room, give it up for yourselves. This would be called my West Coast, your Beast Coast. This side of the room, though, You know, there's a film called Poor Things that I watched last week. It's not about what you would think. Honestly, I kind of regret watching it. But it was really instructive to me because it told me that the solution out of poverty is to raise a placard for 25K. It's kind of wild. It's like a little white flag. All right, there we go, 550, there we go. Who else over here? He is saving all of you. Who else? We need one or two more over here. I can feel it. Who over here can do 25K? Thank you, 250. 250, what compelled you to raise your placard just now? I know it wasn't Emma Stone. It was Lily. Oh no, he does not want me to call on him. All right, who else over here? 25K. You realize that because y'all are not raising your placards, we have to go really hard on the final levels. You know this, right? All of you know this, right? Okay, first of all, do you see the tally? We're at 784,000. Do you know what we have to hit in the next 4 levels? We have to hit 1 million, okay? So can we do that? All right. Over there, can we do that? Wow, y'all are drunk already. Louder, can we do that? Okay, all right. So I'm gonna start now the bidding at $10,000. Who can do $10,000? All right, there we go, 224, 231, 455, 207, 483, 427, 475, 483, 476, 683, 399, 345. Thank you this side, stand up, thank you. 370, 526. Who else on this side? 372, thank you. Who else? 335. Who else? 335, thank you. Who else over here? All of y'all need to stand up right now. Every single one of you. 598, very good. Who else? All right. What is going on over here? Someone getting divorced? What's going on? You know, this is why we sign prenups, right? All right, can I have 5 more from this side? Because I've been counting beans and this side is not making pasta. So, can I have 5 more? Who are the 5 10Ks over here? Table 26. Point on the count of 3 to the wealthiest person at your table. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Valerie, oh, there we go. 548, thank you. 422, 546, 422, thank you. Oh, wait, no. You put that back up back there. I saw that you put that right back up. 595, there we go. Who else? All right, now we're gonna play a game. Table 26. You all get to point to someone at table 25 who you think can raise their paddle for 10K. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, point. Y'all think I'm kidding. I'm really serious. All right, table 19. Oh, 519, there we go. Thank you, 519. You guys, look how close we are. We are so close, yet so far to 1 million. Should we keep it? 5K? 5K? Okay. All right, we're gonna go 5K now. Don't think I forgot. As you heard from Constance, you shake the hand of an elephant. Elephants never forget. I am your elephant for the next 5 minutes, just so you know. All right. At the 5K mark, I'm supposed to tell you that, oh, yay, congratulations. Oh, never mind. Shame on you. Meeting the bar is an Asian A-. Stop applauding. All right. At the 5K mark, who can contribute 5K? Let's see over here, starting over here. Someone needs to start 5K. Someone over here. There we go, 323, 146, 337, 369. Very good, keep going. Who else? 227, 443, 164, 163, 484, 698, 479, 631, 550, 389, 542, 543, 390, 550. This side is MVP, give it up to yourself. Who over here? 5K, 391, thank you. 550, who else over here? Wait, hold it straight. 309, I can't see, 334, 806, thank you. Who else over here? Oh, 470, 174, yay! Okay. All right. Now I'm supposed to tell you that at 1K, you can provide at $2,500, you can provide mentorship that helps young people control their emotions, or as we would call you in LA, a Libra. Matthew, you're a fire sign, aren't you? Or are you Scorpio? Nope, okay, all good, don't even sweat. This is not on the SAT, you don't have to worry about it. All right, with all that said, in all seriousness, we all know that a lot of us were depressed during the pandemic, but I think many of us have numerically underestimated how deleterious it was against our youth. 2 out of 3 Asian American youth cite being immensely depressed since the pandemic. So to help them, who would like to donate $2,500? $2,500. Who would like? 312, there we go, 312. Who else? 432, 424, 361, 234, 216, 408, thank you. 384, 493, 445, 257, BD Wong. Now I will tell everyone, 336, 219. Who else? 143, 255, thank you, Professor. Who else? If y'all give me 20 more, I'll tell you what, 215. If you give me 19 more, I'll tell you what BD stands for in the sheets. 599. All right, who else? 638, thank you, 638. Who else? Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Oh no, 357, give that person a round of applause. All right, 633, thank you in the back. Who else? 449, who else? Give me 15 more. 449, thank you. 642, thank you. Who else? Damn, y'all get really quiet really quickly. It's really unnerving. Oh, is someone else raising? 634, yay! All right. Oh, now we're at the moment some of you have been waiting for. The 1K. The highest, lowest status on United Airlines. Wow, if you laughed at that joke, that means you can afford to pay more than 1K. Shame on you. Disgusting, honestly. All right, in all seriousness, if we raise 50,000, which is 50 paddles, then we can support 17-ish youth. 17 plus a little bit high maintenance of one of them. And so, I don't make up math. The math will be on the test tomorrow, by the way, Matthew. Math will be on the test. I can say that. I got an 800 on all of my math. Thank you. All right. Who are the 50 who can do 1K? I need to see every single paddle up again. 244, 236, 215, 178, 252, 504, 495, 496, 492, 465, 695, 392, 396, 270, 507, 465. Hold on. Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on. 270. Keep them up. 374, 536, 531. Keep it up. 282, 283, 121, 122, 144, 142, 148, 295, 292, 310, 304. 339. No. I just saw you put it down. Put it back up. 572, 594, 574, 358, 301, 298. Thank you. 373, 558, 559, 705, 682, 344. 571, 121, 124, 122. All right, 382. Thank you. All right, back up, all of you, back up. 1, 2, 3, up. All right, 490, 802, 699, 186, 184, 670, 490, 165. Who else over here? If you've already raised your paddle, you can raise it again. 244, Auntie Vicky Shu. Again, who else has already raised your paddle if you've already donated? 507. You can donate multiple times, by the way. All right, last call. 721, thank you. All right, 226, 253. Again, who else has raised their paddle? It's just 1K. 120, this is a meal at Bangkok Supper Club. 120, who else? With drinks. Who else? 120, 150, 523, thank you for raising your foot twice. 251, thank you for raising twice. Who else? All right. 350, 599, thank you in the back. Thank you to the west side. Who else? 397, thank you, Preeti. Who else? 550, all right, who else? Okay. Oh, 271, sorry. It's gotta be an offense if you misread someone's number, huh? All right, do we want more? Should we do 10 more? Who are the last 10? Let's do let's do 10 more. 1.3 just sounds nicer. All right, 10 more. Who are the last 10? Everyone pick someone at your table to be the last one. All right, we're gonna start over here. 697, there we go. 423, 487, 674. Who else over here? Pick one person. 709. Wow, some of these tables are really holding up for the rest of you. Who else? 401, 438. Who else? 438, thank you. Who else? All right, middle. Who is the one person who's gonna give one more K? 4243, thank you, Mike Lee. New chief of Mocha. Who else? I'm out of games, y'all. This table, 261, thank you, man. Who else? Who else in the middle? Some of y'all are looking at me like I'm not looking at you back. All right, last one, over here. Who, one person from every table. You can pull together, 10 of you can do 100. Who over here? That is just 49 Pokemon coins, or whatever it is, 1,200. All right, who over here? How do I swim? All right, last call. Ready, and, all right, on the count of 3. I'm not gonna give you a Braveheart speech because that didn't work the last 2 years. So, all right. So, and half of you don't even know what Braveheart is. It's colonial, don't worry about it. Not on the SAT, Matthew. All right, on the count of 3, all the last paddles have to raise your hands, okay? All right? Say okay. Okay? All right, 1, 2, 3, go! 550, 550, who else? All right, I think we're good. All right, wait, 550 again. I can't stop at 1.277. Oh, Calvin Yee is here. All right, Calvin Yee will do another 10K, or 1K. This number looks real sad. 1279. Who is writing home about 1279? Can we at least get it to 1.3? Calvin Yee is here. Big brother, Chief Calvin. I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you take us to 1.3, I'll finally shut my mouth. It's less than 21K, you can do this. Who has $20,000? I see 20K, we just need to go over a little bit. All right, there we go. Peter and Calvin will split to the final. We'll get to 1.3. Thank you. Congratulations, Calvin and Peter. Congratulations, everyone. Well done. All right, we're now at $1.3 million. All right. Please welcome back to you.
Can we give a huge round of applause to Bing? Oh my God. Wow, Bing, you're amazing. You all exceeded more money? You all exceeded our expectations. We were hoping to get $1 million and we just got 1.3, I think. Our table sponsorships prior to this was 1.6, so tonight we raised $2.9 million. We're just on the side in shock, so thank you so much. If anybody wants to throw in the extra $100,000 for us, just let us know. We're going to continue taking donations at any point, 24 hours. $50,000? $50K. I think I heard $50K, so I'm going to put it down as $50K. It's official. So $2,950,000, I think. Okay, but thank you. Way more than what we thought, and we know that we can dream big when we come together. We heard it all night. Thank you for dreaming big with us tonight. And yeah, we're coming to the end of the night. It went so quickly for me. I'm so moved by all of you, and thank you so much for being part of this community. We're so grateful to you. Please stay with us for a dessert reception right after this, and please remember that we have our after party tonight at Fish Cheeks. Fish Cheeks, yes. And then we're gonna ask some of our guests to come to the stage for a group photo. To all the speakers in tonight's program, our current and former honorees, and our board members, please come up. Thank you again. I don't even know what to say, but I'm just so grateful for all of you, and thank you for helping us to help Matthew and our other youth dream out loud. And see you later tonight. Thank you.